In the heart of the city, a body was found, staged as if it were part of a theatrical performance. The torso severed from the legs, a face twisted into a forced smile, sliced from ear to ear. Someone said, "This wasn't a murder, it was a message." And so begins one of the darkest and most disturbing stories of the 20th century. Her name was Elizabeth Short, but the world would come to know her as the Black Dahlia. January 15, 1947, South Los Angeles, on the outskirts of Leimert Park. A young woman was walking through the neighborhood. She passed through a quiet residential area until she noticed something white in a vacant lot. It looked like a mannequin, but it wasn't. Lying in the grass was a woman's body, dismembered, completely drained of blood, placed face up with chilling precision. The mutilated smile, the spread legs, the arms raised above her head, every detail pointed to deliberate staging. Police arrived immediately. There were no footprints. The area was clean, as if someone had prepared a scene to be discovered. Despite the damage to her face, fingerprints quickly confirmed her identity. Elizabeth Short, 22 years old, originally from Massachusetts. She came to Los Angeles to chase her dream of becoming an actress. But her life was far from the glamour of Hollywood. Her parents were divorced. She moved constantly from a young age, had relationships with servicemen, worked short stints as a model, and stayed wherever she could find shelter. People said she often stayed with acquaintances, frequented hotels and bars, where she waited for her contacts. About a week before the discovery, she was last seen with a man. Then, she vanished. 6 days later, her body appeared. The autopsy report was shocking. She had been completely exsanguinated. Her body was meticulously cleaned after death. Surgery to her mouth, sliced from ear to ear, cigarette burns, signs of blunt force trauma, and scalpel-like incisions marked her skin. The cut separating her torso and legs was surgical in precision. Some internal organs were missing, and this was no secret disposal. Her body was put on display, as if the killer wanted to be seen. This wasn't a crime of passion. It was a statement. The press devoured the story. The Los Angeles Times named her the Black Dahlia for her black dresses and mysterious style. The media crafted a seductive and dark image of Elizabeth. They focused on her private life, portraying her as promiscuous, suggesting she had countless lovers. A date with a soldier turned into too many exes, a letter, a photograph. Every detail was twisted to feed the public's appetite. Sensationalism crippled the investigation. Police were overwhelmed by false leads and fabricated confessions. More than 60 suspects were interrogated. Some even confessed. Despite having nothing to do with the crime, none were guilty. Then, a letter arrived at a newspaper. Enclosed are belongings of the Black Dahlia. Inside, her social security card, photos, a torn piece of her address book. The envelope bore fingerprints, wiped clean with benzene. "This guy is smarter than the cops," commented one investigator. The case spiraled into a dead end. Decades later, a former detective revealed his theory. Steve Hoddle accused his own father, Dr. George Hoddle, a skilled surgeon. He lived near the crime scene. The FBI had wiretapped him at the time, but they never found conclusive proof. The layout of his house, traces of blood, Elizabeth's known movements, witness statements, all pointed to George Hoddle, but he was never arrested. The case remains unsolved. Elizabeth Short was a young woman. She dreamed of acting, wanted to love, sometimes lived in fear, but held on to hope. Maybe she wanted to be famous, but never like this. The Black Dahlia case isn't just an unsolved murder. It's a reflection of our society, how fame is built, how women are vilified, how power is abused, and how the media feeds on tragedy. Who was she really? What did she want? And why was she murdered so brutally? And perhaps the most haunting question, why don't we know the truth yet? What do you think? Leave us your comment. If you're drawn to real-life mysteries and unsolved conspiracies, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Elizabeth Short. Her story isn't over yet.